Good day, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be discussing One Piece chapter 1015, titled Chains. Cover page is a request, and it's basically Senior Pink being mistaken for a baby by a stork, so it's carrying him away like it does with babies. Um, but yeah, let's dive into the chapter. So, of course, it starts off, and we see Luffy sinking in the ocean. We see Queen has bit Chopper and he screams out, ow. But also we see tears running down his eyes and he's like, what are we supposed to do now? So it seems everyone has lost a bit of hope on this page. Because we see some of the samurai saying, is it pointless to keep fighting? Is Momo at least safe? Things like that. So basically, they're losing a bit of hope here in this page. But then we see Izo and Kawamatsu and Sanji running to the stage, and Izo mentions that this is certainly going to hurt the morale of everyone. And Kawamatsu says, but there's no way for us to know if this news is fake or real. And we see Sanji swinging Zoro around like a sword, and he's like, listen to these idiots acting like the battle is lost. We then cut to Queen basically standing up, and he's like, I was only playing games with you, Chopper, because I see he was working so hard, so I decided to just play along. So Queen was playing around, he wasn't really injured. And then we see Perospero launch a new attack called Apocalyptic Candy Shower. And it looks like a rain of arrows, basically. And it's falling towards the samurai, and we see some of them are blocking with their shields, some of them are being hit. And Queen is like, you're done for. And he tells Chopper that he looks nice and tender, probably to eat him. But yeah, and he calls him a cowardly excuse for a monster. But this is where something good happen. We see Sanji coming because we hear Diablo Jambi, and Sanji kicks Queen right somewhere here. And we see it's on fire, of course. And he's carrying Zoro, and he uses Diablo Jambi rotisserie. And what he does in this attack is, it seems he kicks Queen's head right around, kind of like a carousel, I guess. So his head rotates right around his body and spins. And what that does is basically it becomes like an umbrella. So it knocks away all of the candy arrows that Perospero fired, protecting all of the samurai as well. So basically, Queen became an umbrella. And in doing so, Queen also hits Perospero and sends him flying. I'm not sure if this is the end of Perospero, if Nekomushi will deal with him still. But Sanji comes in to save the day, and he congratulates Chopper, praises him for holding out so long. And he's like, you held out, um, well done. And Chopper is crying to Sanji, of course, and he's like, what about Luffy? And basically, this is where Sanji shines a bit. He's like, don't cry. We've been together for all this time. Don't forget all the miracles that we've seen basically with Luffy. And this kind of reinvigorates um, Chopper and the samurai, I guess. And he gives him Zoro and tells him to take care of him. Zoro is basically with 10 men. And then we hear 2000. But basically, this leads Zoro to be in place with Chopper. So I guess him and Mako may heal Zoro. And Sanji says, leave the dino to me. And then we get the confrontation, of course, where Queen says, it's you, Judge's son. So I guess this will be Sanji's big battle for the arc here, where he's going to fight Queen. And when Zoro is healed up, he may go to fight King. We then cut away from the live stage now. So, in my opinion, Sanji has gotten MVP this chapter. He shines the most here by telling everyone, not to worry. Uh, so we cut back now to a Kinemon and they will, and we see the cross braces destroyed. We see Kiku on the ground. We see Kanjuro on the ground, and we see Kinemon now on the ground, but one arm is still up with his broken sword. And we see Momo crying while Shinobu is taking him away. And Kinemon takes the broken sword, it seems, and stabs Kaido in the leg. And Kaido looks at him, and here is where we get a flashback of Kinemon and Momo basically, and it's essentially Kinemon telling Momo that you know, to call me father while we are out, we don't want anybody to know who you truly are. And just flashbacks to little moments of them throughout leading up to this arc. And in doing so, we see and a fish van is passing selling fish. So if you'll hear that in the background, I'm sorry. There's no quiet here. Um but yeah, so basically Kinemon he's having flashbacks then, and we see Momo crying, Shinobu running away. And we see Kaido take up Kinemon's other sword, it seems, and runs it straight through him. He stabs him. We don't see like a full on actual image, we see it in silhouette form, but we see the sword go through Kinemon's back, it seems, and come out his stomach. And Kaido says to face it like a warrior, and that the problem with defeat is so few can accept it when it arrives. But maybe that's the end for Kinemon. With One Piece, it's hard to tell if that sticks or not, so we have to wait to see. Um, we then get a clip of a frog, one of the Marys, and what that is basically Momo has the frog, and he tells Shinobu that he has to tell everyone something. And this basically is Momo using the Marys against Kaido now. So he uses it like a PA system, which it actually is, and he communicates to everyone and he says, I am Momonosuke, I am alive, and he has a message from Luffy, and Luffy basically uses the voice of all things from the last chapter, and he said Momo, we saw Momo holding his head on the ground. It was Luffy communicating to him from underwater, I guess, using the voice of all things. We need clarification on that power still. But essentially the message was Luffy telling him to tell everyone to hold on. I'm alive, I will be back to win this battle. And to keep fighting even though it is hard and painful, basically hold out till I reach back or till I come back to defeat him. And then we get a few glimpses of some other people while this is going on, this message is being transmitted. We see what seems to be Nami, we see Jinbei, we see Raizo versus Fukurokuju, um, we see Luffy still sinking, of course. Then we see all the samurai balling here with their swords up, so they're motivated again. We see a small clash with Sanji and Queen in the background, with Sanji kicking him on his snout. And then we get panels of all the other Straw Hats. It seems we have one with the Warriors again. We have Frankie out of the Frankie Shogun, Chopper, Uzu, which is weird, Brook, Kid smiling, King looks uninjured, Robin, and basically the samurai and soldiers are like, don't fight, don't stop, don't give up, keep fighting. And Kaido, it seems, reaches Momo now, and he's like, are you satisfied, son of Odin? We see Momo still crying, and Kaido is about to swing his Kanambo at them, and Shinobu uses her powers here, and she ages the side of the cliff, I think, it seems, and it falls. So I'm not sure if they're going to fall off and someone is going to catch them or what it is going to be, but that happens. I'm guessing this is what I think will happen. Is going to fall, and Momo is going to turn into a dragon and save them somehow using his clouds. We then get a panel of Kaido, which is a janky panel because it seems Oda forgot to put Kaido's beard in this panel. Um, and then we see Law's crew in their submarine trailing Onigashima, and there's like someone's in the water. And essentially, what this is they see Straw Hat Luffy, and they're like, wait, it's Straw Hat, so they know it's Luffy, of course. And they're like, how is he speaking in the water? So basically, Luffy using the voice of all things somehow called out to them as well. But essentially, Law's crew saves Luffy. I forgot that they was trailing the island in the submarine, but at least it's not an asshole to save Luffy this time. It makes sense. Um, we then cut to Usopp and Nami running away. And of course, they're happy Luffy is still alive. Tama is overjoyed, and we get while they're running, someone says, "I'm glad to hear about Straw Hat," and Nami says, "Who said that?" And we look down at Nami's climb attack, and we see it has a face on it. So I'm guessing it's a homie now, of course. I'm guessing Zeus's soul that was being ripped out, got transferred into Nami's climb attack somehow. And then we get Kid and Big Mom clashing, and she's like, they're just bluffing. For Straw Hat fell into the sea. He's probably dead. And then we get what seems to be a leg behind Kid, and it's slow, of course. And he's like, the longer you work with him, the more you get this funny feeling that he always finds a way in the end. And Kid turns around and sees this line. He's like, "Don't tell me you're here to mess up my fight." Lloyd's like, "Grow up, useless. Let's form a temporary alliance." And they're going to take on Big Mom. We then see Kaido in the next panel outside of the dome. Of course, he has his beard now. And Yamato calls out to him and he's like, "I think you mean Father Yamato." And she's like, "No, I've come to cut those chains." And the chapter ends there. So basically, that's where the title Chains came from. So all in all, this was a good chapter. Plenty setups. We finally got Sanji's big setup. So hopefully we see Sanji get to go all out here because we haven't seen him go all out yet in a fight in a long time. Or maybe we'll get Kaido and Yamato clashing next chapter. One out of the two, I assume. So that's good. Also, we have no break next week, so that's also a plus. So yeah, we have the setup, of course, of Zeus becoming Nami's climb attack. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, all in all, good chapter. Again, we need a lot of clarification on what the voice of all things actually is and what it can actually do, because there's a lot we still don't know about it and its capabilities. So all in all, again, good chapter. I enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think will happen next. I still don't think Luffy is going to win his next battle with Kaido unless there's some type of miracle, like Sanji said. So we'll have to see how that goes. Also, it seems everyone is heading back to the main hall. Um, so I'm assuming this is where the big final fight will take place too, so everyone can see it. So Luffy is probably going to battle Kaido on the main stage or the main hall, and this will be the decisive battle there. But all in all, good chapter, good setup. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Of course, feel free to leave a like, leave a sub. We're at 163 subscribers, struggling to get past that. So please join family, leave a sub, help us get to 200. And thank you all for watching. I'll see you all again.